Alright, my dear friends, now we're gonna move to the next advanced thing that we usually do with our data. That's we can go and combine our data. Well, in real projects, we dream about it where we have one simple list where all your data is packed perfectly together. In reality, your data gonna be spread around in different data structures and maybe lists, like the customer information in one list, the products in another, the orders in third. And now, my friend, your job is to go and bring them all together and combine them in one perfect list. So it's like you are stitching around your lists in order to get your dream one list. And of course, in Python, we have different ways on how to combine your data. So now let's dive in. Okay, so let's see how we can do that. In order to combine things, we need two different lists. So the first one gonna be the letters, and we're gonna have a B and C. And let's have another one, a list of numbers. So we're gonna have 1, 2, and 3. Now the first and easiest option is to put everything together in one big list. So that means we want to create one long list with everything, all the items. Let's go and create another variable. So the combination, and this can be very simple. We could use the operator plus. It's like you are adding numbers or combining string values. So we're gonna say letters plus numbers. So if you do that, you are just combining lists. So now let's see how it gonna looks like. So we're gonna go and print the combination. Let's go and execute it. As you can see, we have a list with everything, all the items. Now, of course, the order of the items depends on how you are like combining them. So if you start with the numbers, then you will get numbers at the start. As you can see, it is simple. Now, just quickly, since we are talking about the operators, what you can do, you actually can go and multiply a list. So if you say, let's go and copy the letters and then multiply it with 2. So what can happen in the output? You will get in the output your list, but this time you're gonna get it twice. So we are not combining list here, we are just multiplying it. Okay, moving on next. Now you might say, you know what? Yes, I want them to be combined, but at the same time, I want them to stay in separate groups. So again, we are talking about two lists inside one big list. So let's see how we can do that. It is very simple. All what you have to do is to create a new list. So this is going to be the top level, the main list, and inside it we're going to specify the variable name and split them with the comma. So it's like you are creating a list but out of variables. So all what we are doing here is just building a nested list. So if you go and execute it, look at this. Yes, we have combined the two lists in one big list, but still the inner groups are actually isolated. So with that, you are not mixing everything in one big flat list. Okay, let's talk about another scenario. Let's say that you still want to have this one flat list, but you don't want to combine the two lists in a third new list. Only what you want to do is to change the list itself by adding the second list inside it. And for that, we have the method extend. It's gonna go and stretch one list with another list. Think about it like the append. We always add something at the end. So the extend, you can use it in order to change one of the lists by combining it from the other one. Okay, so now we have our two lists. Now we have to decide which one you want to change. Now I'm gonna say, let's go and change the numbers. So we're gonna say the numbers should be extended with the list from the letters. So now let's go and print the results. So let's first print the letters and then we're gonna go and print the numbers. So let's see what can happen. As you can see, the first list will not be changed at all because we didn't modify it. But now look to the other list, the numbers. As you can see, it is extended, it is stretched. We have added to it the items from the first list. So that we didn't create a third new list, we just changed and extended one of the lists. Okay, so now let's have another scenario. Let's say that I don't want to have like one flat list with all the items, and at the same time I don't want to have everything isolated from each other's. So both of them are for me really extreme. Now how about to go and pair them up? So we take the first item from the first list, put it together with the first item of the second list. And then we go and take the second item from the first list together with the second item of the second list. So if you keep doing this, you are pairing the items from the two lists. And for that, we use the function zip. Now there are like few things that you have to pay attention here. The output, as you can see, the pairs are actually between parentheses. And this is what we call tuples. It's as well a data structure. So that means the output of the zip gonna be be a list of tuples. So it is something nested. And one more thing, currently we have a perfect example, a perfect match, where the length of both of the lists are equal. So let's say that the first list is longer than the first one. So we have 4 items there. So now what's gonna happen is Python gonna go and create a tuple with only 1 item. Well, no. Python gonna stop at the shortest list. So that means all the extra letters and items will not be paired and it gonna get left out. Sad, right? One last thing that you have to understand about the output is that you will not get it directly like this. The output of the zip function actually gonna be an iterator, an object. So you will get in the output a weird number, but don't worry about it. You can always convert it to the list using the function list. So don't be scared of the output. Okay, so let's try this out. We have our 2 lists. And now I'm gonna go and create a new variable in order to combine them. And then we're gonna use the function zip. Now we're gonna go and specify the first list, and then we're gonna say combine it with the second list. So actually that's it. Let's try this out and print it. And if you go and execute, you will get these weird numbers, the special object zip, and this is an iterator. We're gonna learn about it later, don't worry about it. So now I don't want to see this. I would like to see a real list. In order to do that, we're gonna use the function list to convert the data type. So if you do that, now we got our pairs. You see the A with the 1, the B with the 2, C with 3. So this is perfect. Now let's make one of the list bigger than the other one by adding a 4th item. So we have here the number 4. If you go and execute it, sadly, Python will not be able to pair it. So it's gonna stop at the shortest list. And now quick cool thing that we can do is that we can pair them with a string value. So if you say at the end, for example, let's go and add like hi, and then execute it. As you can see, Python now is pairing everything together. So look at this, the first item from the letters together with the first item of the numbers together with the first letter of the string. Don't forget, string is a sequence. And the next tuple gonna come from the second item from the letter, the second item from the numbers, and the second item from the string. And now that's it. Python gonna stop because of the string. We have here only 2 letters. So that's why Python gonna stop at the shortest. So this is really nice and cool function in order to pair things together. Now I would like to show you one real example about the zip function that I used last week. I had the list of employee IDs. So for example, 101, 102, and 103. And I had another list where I have the employee names. So I had the names like this. So for example, Ali, Sarah, and John. So that was actually IDs. And now those 2 lists were actually separated and I wanted to pair them together. So I would like to know which employee ID belongs to which name. Now, if I just want and said, you know what, IDs plus names and then execute, this really makes no sense because I still don't have the relationship between the IDs and the names. So I don't know which ID belongs to which name. Instead of that, I used the zip function. So I used it here where I paired the IDs with the names, and of course we have to convert it to a list. Like this. So let's go and execute it. So now look at the output. It looks way nicer. Now I have the relationship between the ID and the names. All what I have to do is to make sure the order of the list is correct, of course. If it is not matching, then I'm gonna have the wrong ID for the wrong person. So this is really nice. It's like you are building relationship between 2 different lists, and it has a lot of use cases. All right, friends. So with that, you have learned all the different ways on how to combine your data. So the easiest and simplest way is to use the operator plus in order to combine a different list in a brand new complete list. So this is really straightforward and easy. And another way, we could use a nested list. If you say, you know what, I don't want to put everything in one list. Instead, I want yes to combine them, but they still should be separated from each other. And for that, you have to create a nested lists. And another way, you could use the method extend. If you say, you know what, I don't want to create completely a new list. This is wasting of resources. I don't want to create a new variable. I just want to extend one of my list from another list. So it's like you are stretching one of your lists with the content of other one. And another way, you could use the function zip if you would like to pair elements by positions, like as we learned, the customer ID with the customer names. So I'm not mixing everything together and I'm not creating a nested list. So with that, you are creating something called tuple in a list. Alright, so those are the different ways on how to combine multiple data structure in Python. So if you liked this video and you would like to have more free content like this, then support the channel by subscribing, liking, commenting. This really can help the channel to grow and to reach others like you. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.